What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode here on our channel. It is a beautiful mid-August morning out here in the garden. We're about over halfway through our garden season now. We're only 65 days away from our last average frost here in the southwest Chicagoland suburbs, Zone 5B. Have a lot to do in the garden today. We have some old plants that need to get pulled out. We have some new ones that need to go in. I also have my trusty basket here. We've got some stuff that we need to harvest, and we're going to give you guys a full tour of the garden in August. So let's get started. All right, guys, so I thought we'd get started on some of the fan favorites out here in the garden. These are all our tomatoes. As you guys saw earlier in the year, we built this brand new trellis for this season. It has worked out amazing. Our tomatoes have been so good this year. We've probably got, I would say, close to 15 to 20 pounds of tomatoes already. We've already done 2 batches of salsa. Down here at the end here, these are our paste tomatoes. We have aroma that's right here. As you can see, there's a lot on here. We have some turning, and down here is more of our slicing tomatoes. Everything has looked really good this year. I would have to say, as much as the tomato harvest last year was super awesome, this year has been way better. We haven't had much disease at all. Everything has grown well on the trellis, and we haven't had any issues with the squirrels, knock on wood. So have you guys seen over the last couple episodes, we've covered a lot on our cantaloupe this year just because they have done amazing. We have a set of 5 right here, all starting to ripen. We have a couple that are really close to being picked. There's probably 12 on this trellis alone. I have to say that growing vertically has been awesome. I highly recommend anything like cucumbers, cantaloupe, our watermelon, our pumpkins. We have done them all vertically because 1, we don't have the space to do it along the ground, and 2, it's a lot less likely to get disease and to get bugs and other things to have them be ate along the ground, and it's worked out amazing. So we showed you guys in the last couple of videos our green beans have done great this year. The first ones right here on the left were sowed right after we could start sowing our warm weather crops this spring. So they've been in the ground for quite a long time. As you can see, some of them are really starting to get some powdery mildew. It's that time of the year where the mornings are starting to get pretty damp. The ones on the right are newer ones that we sowed maybe only 40 days ago. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out all these old ones after harvesting the rest of the green beans that are on there. I don't want any of the powdery mildew to spread to the cantaloupe or to the newer green beans that we have in there. And then we are going to plant something else to go in their place. Probably some more beans because they're pretty short. Contender beans have a pretty short mature date. It's about 50 days, and we're 65 days from our first average last frost, so we should be able to at least get some kind of production out of them in this space. Well, as you guys have seen in the last couple videos, the peppers this year are just nuts. I've showed a couple clips in our previous videos of me harvesting some peppers. I have a bunch that I have to get to today. Here's another jalapeno that I just saw right here. This is the grande jalapeno variety. I got about, I don't know, 20 already in the basket here, and I can't even tell you how many we've already pulled off that plant. But pepper's a little hard to see from back there, so I'm going to zoom in with the camera and show you guys what's going on here in the pepper bed. Alright guys, so I'm going to try and do a good job of not shaking you around here. Our banana peppers are right here. You guys saw the harvest that we had in the last video of how many were on here. All the new ones are starting to come out. We have a decent amount here. I've already got 2 quart jars full of banana peppers we've done. This is the jalapenos that I was just showing you guys. There's 2 plants here. We got more jalapenos still on here. And then right next to that we have actually 2 lemon jalapenos. I'll kind of come down here. And if you guys can see down there, I gotta harvest some. Check out those lemon jalapenos. Got a couple that are turning here and over here. This is all part of the lemon jalapenos. Next to those lemon jalapenos are our cayennes. We have so many cayenne peppers on these plants. They're starting to turn red. which is a great sign because that's when we can harvest them. And then what we're gonna do is dehydrate them and ground them down to be red pepper flakes. This is our Ancho Grande plant. We have a bunch of Ancho Grandes. I don't know if you could see, but there's one right there. There's one down there. There's a couple more in here that we're gonna have to harvest soon, but this plant is also looking really well. Some more amazing poblanos here on this poblano plant. This is the same plant you saw us pick a whole basket almost out of earlier in the season. All of our Tabasco peppers looking really good.
In the garden, I just wanted to go over some herbs. This right here is lemon balm. This is one of my favorite herbs. Anyone who has grown it knows it has a very sweet, lemony flavor. We use this for a few different things in the garden. One, to keep pests away from different vegetables that we grow here. We use it topically on our skin if we're sitting out late at night, just to keep the mosquitoes and other bugs away. And we also love to dry it out and put it in our teas. Just wanted to go over one of our medicinal plants that we grew this year. We had really good luck with it. This is a Sclanthus, commonly known as a toothache plant. So pretty much these little flowers you can bite on or rub on any sore spot in your mouth and it will automatically numb it. We did really good this year. This is one of them. We have another basket hanging on the other side of the garden. But yeah.
Alright guys, we've had some really windy days over the last week, so it's been hard to get audio with the video, so I'm going to voice over the rest of this. Let's start with our sweet potatoes. They look so much better than they did the last video. If you tuned into that video, you saw that they looked a little laggy and not growing much, but they have taken off. We've had a lot of hot days recently, and they look really good now. We're going to let these go as long as we can, and we can't wait to harvest them. So onto our pumpkins and butternut squash. We really are disappointed with what we have this year compared to what we had last year. They started out growing slow, and then now in the last couple weeks we had a lot of heavy rain and some cooler, damp nights, and we look like we have some kind of fungus. We do have about 5 pumpkins that are on the vine. No butternut squash so far this year. I don't think we're going to be able to get any, so we'll try again next year when it comes to these. One of the things that has done really good for us this year is our tomatillos. They have been so good. So many have been on both of the plants that we planted. They're not the biggest, but they're super good. We've already made some salsa verde that we've already ate. We're going to be canning some from a recipe in the Ball canning book for home preserving. Definitely turned out really good this year. So excited to grow these again next year and have fresh salsa verde and any other recipe you would use with the tomatillos. Our watermelon has done so good this year. We've already harvested 4 off the vine and they taste so good. So we haven't talked too much about our regular potatoes this year. We did a little bit about the sweet potatoes, but it is coming to be the end of the season for the potatoes. They're starting to die back. We have 4 bags of them. We have 2 bags of Yukon Gold and then 2 bags of purple potatoes. The purple potatoes were really good last year. We didn't get as many Yukon Golds, but we're hoping for a big harvest this year. So we haven't talked much about these, but Cody and I were at the garden store earlier in the season and found starts for horseradish, and we thought, why not give it a try? So we put them in 3 big containers. They're growing really well. It's going to be exciting to see at the end of the season what actually comes of it. We've never grown horseradish. We have heard from some people that sometimes it's too hot to even eat, but we're excited to harvest it and hopefully it turns out good. With it getting to be later in the season now, our production of zucchini and squash has slowed down some, but overall the plants are still producing. We have had some issues in the last couple weeks with some squash bugs, but we've gotten so much out of it, almost more than we've been able to use, but we've been making a lot of zoodles and using them as a lot of sides in our dinners during the week. We have so many peppers this year that I totally forgot to talk about our Serrano peppers. These are one of our favorite peppers. We love using them fresh in sloppy joes and tacos. We just recently found a sriracha recipe where if you let them turn red, you can use them in the sriracha. recipe is so we're going to make some homemade sriracha here in the near future. We also dehydrate them and use them as a spice all year round. This bed continues to be one of our favorite beds this year. Our celery is almost ready for harvest. We're going to take the leaves and make more celery salt like we did last year. Also, our kale continues to look so good. We've started to dehydrate some of the kale because we have so much, and we're going to use that in a bunch of smoothies. And we've also been using it for salads almost every day of the week. Our leeks also continue to look so good. We cannot wait to harvest and use these. You guys saw us in previous videos harvest our carrots and then also plant our fall crop. This is the fall crop that's starting to come up, and hopefully this fall we will have another great harvest of carrots. So our cucumbers have really been a tale of 2 years. Last year we had such a good production of all of our cucumbers. This year, not so much. They started off the season doing pretty good, but then they pretty much died back by the end of July. Next year we have a new plan for these. We're going to move these out into complete full sun away from the tree and see if we get a better production out of them. The only ones that are still looking pretty healthy are the yard-long cucumbers, which you see there on your left. They still have a bunch of flowers on them, so hopefully we'll still get a decent production out of the yard-longs for the rest of the season. These are some more of our fall crops that we planted. We have some lettuce and some radishes in here. I'm not sure what else Cody put in here, but they've started to come up. We also have our cilantro that we planted a few weeks ago that's starting to come up. I'm going to put one more batch of cilantro in the ground. Cilantro will grow into the cold season as we go into winter, and we'll be able to store that for the winter. One of the things that we really struggled with last year was our basil. This year we moved it into this bed and it has done outstanding for us. We're in mid to late August now and it continues to produce. We have Genovese basil in here, there's Thai basil, also pesto basil. We've been using it for meals and dehydrating, and we're going to be using it for all of our tomato sauce that we're going to be starting on now that our tomatoes have been ripening. And it's just been one of the best plants that we've grown this season. Oddly enough, one of our best tomato plants this year has been this paste tomato plant. That was an extra that we had nowhere to put, and we just put it straight into the ground, and it's probably been the best producing one that we have had so far this season. So it just goes to show you that you don't always need a perfect bed or a perfect area to put things in. Sometimes some things just grow great in random areas. Well guys, what another amazing mid-August harvest we have here. This was all harvested today. Our recent highs have been in the upper 90s with heat indexes well into the hundreds, and it has just made the garden explode. We have our first few watermelon along with our first cantaloupe. Our peppers, I swear, every other day we're getting this type of harvest out of our peppers. Our tomatoes are doing great. The zucchini and squash continue to produce. We have our first eggplant there. It's been so hard to just keep up with dehydrating and harvesting this season. We really need a freeze dryer, and that's one of our main priorities hopefully for next season, is to be able to get one just to help with all of the preserving that we need to do. We're canning every day at this point of the season as well, which obviously that means that we've had such a productive and good season, so that's what we want. So as always guys, we'd like to thank you for tuning in to our channel. If you guys can give us a subscribe and a like if you haven't already done that, we much appreciate it. We'll have another video for you guys here in the next couple weeks. Cody and I have been working on a drip irrigation system for the garden that we've been wanting to add. So as always guys, thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.